Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
Welcome back to the Blacktop, y'all, where I always got next. So welcome to the first edition of NBA What Ifs. Now this is going to be a small little series I'm dropping every single Thursday. It's kind of like a throwback Thursday. Y'all are seeing it a little bit early this week because of All-Star Weekend. But basically it's going to entail trades that could have went down, signings that could have happened, injuries that have altered players' careers, things of that nature all throughout NBA history as big what ifs. So before we get started, if you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow my channel out a ton. Y'all have no idea. With that being said, let's get right into it. Y'all probably kind of have an idea of where I'm going with the first topic based off of who I got on right now.
You know why I'm here.
RIP to the Mamba, man. Kobebryant. I'm going to kick off this week's episode with the trade from 2011 that got vetoed for whatever reason, that had Chris Paul going to the Lakers to pair up with Kobe. And that trade really would have shaken up the entire NBA. And I know the Lakers, I don't know the exact details of the trade, but what I do know is that the Lakers were sending out Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom. I know it was a 3-team deal between the Rockets, the Pelicans, and the Lakers, but I don't know the exact details. It's a little bit too far back. So they were sending out Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol, so they were losing two very good players. But keep in mind, man, this is right when Chris Paul was at his peak. He was probably a top 5 to 7 player in the NBA at this time. And if you just look at what the Suns have done so far already with Chris Paul at 36 years old, just imagine what he would have done with a prime Kobe. And again, this is pre-Kobe injury. So right after the Lakers championship, I think in 2010, this trade was happening the next season. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but Kobe had 5 rings at this point. And in my opinion, if you're adding Chris Paul, a prime Chris Paul to Kobe, he wins at least 2 more championships, and Kobe has 7. Now, you can debate me on that if you want, but when you look at what Chris Paul, he was easily the best point guard in the NBA at that time. He was dominant as a point guard, the best passer in the league. Giving him a prime Kobe, I mean, he has prime, well, not, I wouldn't even say a prime Devin Booker, but a really, really good version of Devin Booker. We don't know if he's going to take a next step in his game, but just pairing him with a very good all-star Devin Booker right now, the Suns are the best team in the league. And combine that with, you know, what Kobe was and the MVP, you know, type player he was, one of the greatest to do it. I just think that the Lakers, they would have been a juggernaut. They would have been headed, you know, waters above everybody. And the NBA they just had to veto it, man, and they did my boy Kobe so wrong, as they always do. Robbed of MVPs, all that type of stuff. We ain't gonna get into all that, but it's crazy to me because they let the Kevin Garnett trade go through, the Ray Allen trade go through for Boston, but you don't let my boy Kobe get Chris Paul. I don't understand that, man. I really don't understand that, and I truly believe it's because the NBA hated Kobe and has always hated Kobe. And now since he's passed, everybody loves Kobe, and now he gets the respect and everything that he's always deserved, which is a shame because it shouldn't have to go that way. Again, RIP Mamba, man, we definitely miss you. That is a trade that is going to be probably talked about for forever. You know, when you think about some of the biggest trades that could have went down in NBA history, that is one of the biggest ones because that really changed a lot of things in the NBA. You know, Kobe got hurt 2 years later. I think in 2013 is when he tore his Achilles, and that's when he really started to decline. But if you would have gave him 2 solid years of Chris Paul, I think they definitely would have won the championship both of those years. Not to mention how it would have changed Chris Paul's career. So Chris Paul has yet to play. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He has played in the NBA Finals now, obviously, because they played the Bucks last year. But that was up until last year. He was yet to play in the NBA Finals at, 36 years old? So looking at how his career would have changed and would have solidified himself arguably as a top 3 point guard ever if he would have had 2 rings with Kobe. Now, again, this is all what ifs. Y'all may disagree with everything that I'm saying. You may say, Hezo, they probably wouldn't have won anything because Kobe was already starting to decline. You might be right. Maybe they wouldn't have. But in my opinion, they would have won at least 2 championships. I love Kobe. I'm a big Chris Paul fan. And what the NBA did in that vetoing that trade, I feel like was so wrong. If you have teams that are agreeing to the deal, why veto it? Because it would have made the Lakers too good? That's stupid. Stupid. Because you hated Kobe. That's what it is. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the trade. It's a shame that it didn't go down. It should have went down, but we all obviously know how it ended up. Chris Paul eventually did end up in Houston. Didn't end up working out, obviously, and now he's in Phoenix, searching still for his first championship. That's pretty much all I have on this trade, and what it could have been, in my opinion. Definitely would have resulted in a couple championships. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Do you think Kobe would have won 2 more, 3 more, 1 more, whatever? Chris Paul would have won championships as well. And also, let me know some what-if topics y'all want to see me cover. I know I got a couple things in mind that's brewing, so let me know what y'all think, and let me know any other topics that y'all want me to cover. And with that being said, I will catch y'all next episode.
What can I say? Mamba out.